Eagles, it's time for November's Tech Challenge. So this month we're going to be working with augmented reality and an app called Aurasma. And we're doing that because this month's challenge was inspired by this year's Teen Read Week, which had a theme of get away at your library. So this challenge has multiple parts, and let's start with part one. I want you to think about your answer to this question. If you could visit any fictional setting, so think about any fictional book that you've read, if you could visit the setting, where would you choose to go? And why? And I want you to be as specific as possible. Then I want you to answer that question in a video of 30 seconds or less. So you might say something like, man, I just finished reading The Martian by Andy Weir, and I would love to visit Mars. I know that's not really a fictional place, but the book is fictional because we haven't traveled to Mars. But how cool would it be if you could actually drive a Mars rover? Or if you had to rely on one pack of potatoes to grow yourself a whole farm's worth of food? Or if you were walking that fine line between life and death every day, or if you could stare out at the universe from a totally different perspective. That's my answer. So when you think about your answer to that question, I want you to record your answer in a video of 30 seconds or less. And again, you can use our iPads and green screen like I'm doing today, or you can use your own camera on your own phone. So you need that video. That's part one. Part two is that we need a picture of you. So you can bring in a printed copy of your favorite selfie. You can come to the library and Mrs. Dotson or myself can actually take a picture of you. That's going to be really important for step number 3, which is using the Aurasma app. And I'll talk about that in more detail in the next part of my video. Just remember, if you participate in this month's challenge, you have a chance at a $10 QT gift card, and some of your teachers are even giving extra credit. I'll see you for the next part. So this is part 3. So you'll notice on my iPad screen, I have the app Aurasma over here on the right-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the app, and it will pull up the app. And I believe I'm already signed in. So it's really important once you guys have recorded your video with your response that we need to actually use one of the library iPads to finish out the project. So you'll notice right now it's trying to actually scan for an aura, which I don't have set up yet. So I'm going to go down here to the A, and I'm going to create my aura. So down here at the bottom, you'll notice that there's a plus sign. That's going to allow me to actually create my aura. So it's wanting me right now to choose my overlay, which is actually the video that I created that responded to the question that I asked earlier in the video. So I'm going to go to Device, and I'm going to take a look for the video that I want to use. So I clicked on the plus sign up here, and I'm going to my photo album, and I'm going to choose from my videos, and I know that this is the video that I want to use right down here at the end. So I clicked on the video, and now I'm going to click Use in the upper right hand corner. So it's going to take a second to compress the video, and it's going to ask if I want to name it. I don't have to do that, that's optional, so I'm going to leave that part off. So next, I'm going to click on the button that says Finish. And this might take a few minutes because it has to actually make the video into a format that works for the app. So our goal with this whole project is for us to use the selfie that we had you guys turn into us, or that we took of you. And what will happen once we create the aura is anyone with access to our channel, our Aurasma channel, will be able to hold their device over top of your picture with that camera that we saw at the beginning of this part. And when they scan with the app, they'll be able to see your video or the overlay that you chose. It will actually show up, and they'll have ability to see whatever you created or what your response was. So let's give it a second here to think. Now my picture has processed, or my video has processed, and I'm ready to add what's called a trigger image. So you can see down here it says capture the trigger image, and then there's a spectrum. And our goal here is when we hover over the picture, we're going to do that in just a second, we're looking for the green side of the spectrum so that it recognizes that this is a really good photo. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the iPad. I have my selfie here in the background, and you'll notice that the spectrum is moving. So it's over there on the right hand side, it's now going green, and there's a button down here on the right hand side. You may not be able to see that too well, but it's purple, it has a little camera. I'm going to go ahead and click that button, and it's using that as the trigger image. Okay, so now it's actually previewing what the video is going to look like. There it is, it worked. Okay, so I now know that anytime anyone who has the Aurasma app, if they're hovering over my picture, once I go ahead and set this to public, they will actually be able to see the video as I just did when it previewed. So now it's asking for me to actually create a name for my video. So I'm going to do Oliva. I want Oliva and not Olivia's. So I'm going to go ahead and I made sure to use my name in here. Okay, so make sure whenever you're naming it that some part of your name is actually in the title. So right now it's set to private. That's not good because then no one else can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and move it to public, and see here it says add to a channel. Yes, I want to add it to a channel. So the only option that I have on this device is the WSD Liberty HS channel. That's the one that I want. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and click here where it says finish. And that should make my video public. Okay, so now Mrs. Dots is going to demonstrate how this works with another device. So she has her phone, and you'll notice that it's flashing on the screen. It's ready to actually capture an image. But the first thing that she needs to do is actually subscribe to our channel so that she can look at the auras that we've already created. So what she's going to do is go ahead and tap on the A at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to come in closer so that you can see. And then she's going to hit the search button at the bottom. And she wants to specifically search for a channel. So you'll see that's on the right-hand side of the screen over here. So as she searches for a channel, she's going to put in our name or our channel. So it's WSD Liberty HS. And then she's going to do a search. So she's going to push the search button at the bottom. So you'll see there's the picture of Mark Twain, and she wants to go ahead and click on the channel that pops up there. And she wants to click at the top where it says follow. So once she's following, she's able to actually interact with any of our auras. So now when she goes back down to the A at the bottom, and actually she's not going to go to the A, she's going to go to the little camera feature, yes, the scanning feature. So again, you should see, yep, there come the little dots to show that it's trying to scan, and then when she holds it up against our selfie, woohoo, voila! Augmented reality at its finest.